West London, and this morning we're going to be hitting about 20 addresses.
It's 5 a.m. in the morning, and we're down here.
That used to be all I did exactly, bro. Let's watch this.
There's a growing insidious side to the UK's drug trade.
Let's learn about the UK in that, fam.
This army of police are about to arrest a house full of dealers. They like to strike early before the accused have time to wake up. But these are no hardened criminals. They're teenagers. Sometimes as young as 12. And trust me, getting arrested ain't even the scary part. Many of them have already been raped, beaten, and kidnapped in order to enslave them to run drugs across the country. This exploitative criminal industry is called county lines.
I want to watch this. We chilling. High society. UK chap laws I can't take serious. Why?
There are at least 27,000 teenage drug runners in England who are a part of an industry that generates
the
$1
UK, they be like trapping on some shit though, that ass like.
They groom them with Gucci shotter bags, North Face jackets, and Air Maxes. They find them in broken homes, council estates, and playgrounds late at night. I know because I was recruited myself.
She used to be a drug runner.
Raw. It's been a minute since I've been around here, you know. So about 14, I was heavily involved in drugs, weapons. This would be the point of where you'd link them to make the exchange.
Niggas got school tomorrow and shit.
This is the bus stop where the crackhead took my drugs and almost stabbed him. I thought I was gonna make money that would have landed me in a legit space. But all it did was land me in prison. When I was younger, my mum was my biggest support. And I didn't see it as that.
Like Summer House.
I could have been so many things, but I chose to... You know what it was? I chose to give up on myself. I was the problem over 18 years ago. I'm now a part of the solution. Now, I'm a qualified youth worker.
Nah, this nigga look like Jamie, low-key. Not really.
It's so big these days that they're even getting runners themselves to recruit their own youngers. This young Middle Eastern refugee, who goes by A, uses a crew of kids to flood every stop on the West Coast main line with crack and heroin. Thanks for speaking with me today.
Yeah, no problem.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Black people?
How long have you been involved in drugs running?
We got posted was about
3-4 years.
And what got you involved in that?
The money, man.
What is it you do on a day-to-day basis in this lifestyle?
When I wake up, I have to go to the, to the block. Show the people, whatever. If I'm hands-on, I get the drugs. And then I start shotting, which is selling them. If I'm hands-off, I get the drugs and I give it to the youngers, and then they start off their day by selling.
How old are these youngers?
Around the age that I started, 14, 15. So
they're kids, basically.
Yeah,
so you're putting kids back on to run a system that you first came into.
Yeah.
So when you're putting on these kids at 14, how do you feel, and where are you getting these kids from?
I put myself in, I put these kids in my position when I was their age, I just wanted money, I just wanted to look flashy and that, so some of them don't even have food to eat. So, me putting them on is like, it's a favor for them, you get me?
When you was growing up, did you think you was going to be a drug dealer? Do you think that this was going to be your lifestyle?
No way, I do not think that. I grew up in a war-zone country. I seen dead bodies from the age of, 6, 5, whatever. All I seen was violence. My family didn't have money when they came here, So obviously we lived in a hood, we lived in an estate. And all I seen around me was drug dealers, people getting stabbed up, whatever. So I thought that was the norm.
Can you see yourself leaving this lifestyle?
Yeah. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Even the money that comes in from the lifestyle is dirty money. It's coming from drug addicts and stuff, You can see even feces sometimes on the money that you're getting. It's disgusting. I definitely want to leave it here.
Would you say it's as easy as it is for you to get involved, is as easy for you to leave?
No, definitely not. Comes with a lot of repercussions, but it's doable. And obviously, I have to protect myself.
Do you have your weapon on you now?
No,
I ain't gonna lie, you can't always assume this nigga dressed like a goofy, but my son, he making bread, I guess. Like, he just kind of funny, though. Like, but shit, I guess that's what you gotta do, type shit.
Hey, boys.
You don't want to be recognizable.
Wow. That's a big knife.
Damn, this how they be chefing niggas up, bro. Cover their face. Reading these videos be throwing you off. Why? Nigga, they don't want to show they, like, you know what I'm saying, to the public. Nah, see, Kun, so you see, you really federal then. Nigga, why if they making a documentary on fucking drugs and who is, like, running the whole thing, they gonna show the nigga's face? Like, I'm pretty sure they probably don't even know how he looked like beforehand. Or, like, if they do, is like, is confidential type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Nah, Kunta Federale,
y'all.
This nigga don't know. He a good kid.
If that stabs somebody, there's
They dying
not
off of
much
that.
hope sometimes with those big weapons.
But you know, if I was in his position, naked, he would have done the same to me, so why should I think twice about doing it to him?
Where'd you conceal that on yourself?
If he was in the same position without his knife, he would have got stabbed up. So.
Wow.
That looks kind of visible,
Wow.
though. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't live so fast, there's a lot more life to live. You got a lot of potential, and right about now, you can't even see it for
A
yourself.
whole
The
sword in his
trap, I
pants.
can use that from now, because I run the line. But it's just the problem is the beef. The things that I've done to people, they're not just gonna walk past me and, you know, you're really good.
Yeah, I know, trust me. Everyone says walk away, leave it, but when you get up to do it, something else drags you back into this lifestyle.
Yeah, I have tried to leave it, by the way. After my friend died, I was just like, I'm out. I let everyone know that I'm out. But then I ran into people and problems happen. I was with my mom shopping, and these guys tried to stab me and my family. So I had to retaliate, and I just grew from there again.
The wolf you feed is the wolf that gets stronger, innit? But just don't forget where you're coming from and that you had some sort of goals in the beginning.
I still do. I'm gonna leave soon, and I'm gonna use the money to start something.
I hope so. I hope so.
Thank you.
But yeah, start thinking about the exit out, because this life don't last forever.
It don't.
I'm taken back by him, because when I was talking to him and you look in his eyes, you could see he had no fear. There was like an emptiness in his eyes. I
Did you
felt
check?
really saddened by his choices in terms of carrying a life, how big that Rambo was when I was growing up, and my quality of life.
Yo, this look like Ant. Like OG Ant. Who look at the eyes and just know who he is? Bruh, nah.
The
don't
things that
think
we
so.
was doing, going out with friends on the weekend, organising parties and trips.
Because eyes could be
These young
anybody.
people now are organising drugs to be run up and down the country. A knows what he's
But I
doing.
feel like
is
it's
bad,
probably if you know
but
type of
because
thing.
he's
But like,
so far in it, it's very hard for him to see a way out. And without support, the right support, these young people are just going to keep going through a cycle and a net.
A might have his own youngers running for him, but he's still at the bottom of the pyramid. He would have been groomed himself by someone closer to the top. There are at least 1,000 different county line drug routes using children and
That's where I'm from.
teenagers
That's where my dad
to
live.
run drugs between big cities and smaller towns. Just one single line has an average profit of $1 million a year.
The team was able to get some access with someone called the General. He recruits young
look,
people
like, come
into
on, bro. You're not gonna see this nigga's eyes and be on some. I know who this nigga is, bro. Look, both his eyes is open in this shit. I couldn't even. What? If they brought up a group of niggas into a fucking line and they had me say, yo, point out who you think it is behind this mask or who it was behind this mask without none of the masks on, bro, I would be able to do it, bro. And chat to these documentary niggas, shit. That's a good question.
the county lines.
The General operates out of a crack user's house. He pays the user in drugs, a widespread system known as cuckooing.
Yeah, man, you always use youngers. The planted thing. Easy, really. It's a pyramid effect. Yeah, like
Exactly.
the young boys, the ones that want to make a little change, they're the ones that are actually at the bottom of the pack. We're living on the council estate. People can't even buy trainers nowadays, so they just see the lifestyle that I live. Nice cars, nice clothes. Well, that's the money's a real evil. If they owe money to people, then they're having to work it off. If they can't pay it, you know, their family are broke, then we'll take them and they'll have to work for free for 3-4 months. Pay back double what they owe. Fat them up, man, just kidnap them and then beat them up, intimidate them, keep them under 24-hour watch, and make them run and work for free. It doesn't stop until the thing is paid off.
Damn, running work for free.
Until I say it's done, it's done. There's no stopping.
Wait.
The general
I didn't catch. So he used the young kids and he said like, yo, it's basically what he's saying is like, there is no coming out of this unless I say so type shit. I ain't gonna lie, that's heavy.
Shows these kids night tracksuits and Air Jordans, and they think they'll be balling once they make a few trips to the country. But here's the part he doesn't tell them. If you lose the pack, you ain't flossing. You're getting smacked up, and then you have to work for free.
Oh, if you lose it, BRB say that.
No matter what age you are, they're man enough to take on the responsibility, they're man enough to do the thing, innit? So
Doggy mask.
it comes with a price. If you want to take the risk, then that's down to you.
One of the general's runners have come by to pick up a package.
I got involved when I was about 9, 10. Didn't have a choice. No.
Yo, y'all don't think it'd be easy just to like, if I was in the UK to know who was like running shit though, like trapping? Cause 9 times out of 10, if I see a nigga with a fucking button up fucking shirt, his tie on, khakis, dress shoes, with a book bag on, I'm not gonna think he on time in a fish, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's like regular common sense. But then if I see a nigga walking down the block with a fucking Nike Tech, fucking some Nike shoes on and a ski mask, I'm gonna think this nigga is like on some shit, and niggas probably gonna wanna hop him. Am I bugging?
Occupation manager, I said the doctor though. It's a bad life out. If it gets good, I need to do things right. I might get tied up, what you talk to? You know, I've got 5 kids. They're already involved in it. Going up, seaside resorts and whatnot, wherever it goes. Sell your stuff, and they come back. You get stuff, you want to stop. But everyone's got to learn from their own mistakes.
What's the word?
Step 1, lure them in with the promise of a flashy lifestyle.
It be like that with a lot of people.
Step
You'd be surprised,
2,
bro.
beat them up and scare them. Step 3, trap them into the cycle of debt.
Wait,
and by the time these kids realize
rule number 1, don't smoke what you sell, bro.
Step 3, step 2,
And on top of that, you smoking
lure them
crack.
in with the promise of a flashy lifestyle. Step 2, beat them up and scare them. Step 3, trap them into the cycle of debt. And by the time these kids realize what's up, it's too late to escape and some of them go missing. Black people are 4 times more likely to be reported as missing in England and Wales. And the community are voicing their concerns over the growing number of black children going missing.
Turning teens into drug
Sadly,
runners.
these cases are often written
not
off
that
as
bad.
county line incidents. One woman I met experienced this firsthand.
We're down in a secret location today, and we're going to meet a lady called Jenny. Criminal gangs was
So where does that
threatening
be?
her and her family because her son wanted to leave that lifestyle. Jenny needed to move herself and her son to keep their family safe. Jenny, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Come in. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes, please, that would be great.
So, a few years ago, my son was introduced to an older boy through a friend from school. This older boy gained my son's trust by giving him alcohol, drugs, money, and a new phone.
Oh, so they
And
groomed them basically.
He was exploited to sell drugs.
This
in
bro, this
other
dead ass look
counties.
like Ant, bro. Hold on, chat. Bro, come on, bro. This don't look like the sticker right here. Like dead ass. Real shit. Real nigga shit. I can't zoom in though, because I can't make this any bigger than what it already is. But yeah.
When he first went
Look like that
missing, I came across a social media message between him and his friends. He said he's gone up country. Those were the terms. I didn't understand what that meant.
Yeah.
So obviously I've Googled it and then I thought, okay, God, he's doing this.
So as a single parent, how did you feel as a mum in that moment when your son's friend said he's in cunch?
Why wasn't I there for him, if I'm honest?
Bitch, why you crying? That's that boy.
Sorry, I didn't want to get upset.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I just felt like I failed him. I blamed a lot of it on myself. And to be quite frank, the relationship with the police did break down. It was so much red tape and constantly being told, no, we can't do that. No, we're not allowed to do that. In the end, I found my own way to try and find him.
Yeah,
I
like, why
spoke
she
to
crying?
a person, basically with the
It
person
ain't that deep, nigga. Once this nigga was trapping drugs, you feel me? She found out, alright, boom. Nigga, she moved him away. He chilling now.
that exploited him.
I ain't gonna lie, my mom would cry, but like, it's after the fact is what I mean. Like, why she crying after the fact?
He will end up dead. We
In the
had to
moment,
move.
I get it.
Did he get any sentencing from having any involvement with the criminal gangs?
He was arrested. He was caught with drugs. He was caught with a knife. They dropped the drugs charges, but they didn't drop the knife charge. Thank God that the judge saw it for what it was. He didn't believe that he should be serving anything.
Would you say, throughout your son's ordeal, that the CPS, the criminal justice system, saw him as a criminal or a victim?
Throughout the whole process, he was constantly seen as a criminal.
I know what it's like to be in this situation. If your child has been groomed, beaten and intimidated, the
Yeah, I
last
don't
thing
know.
you need is a criminal charge as well.
Kenzo.
He wasn't carrying a knife
the
because
phone
he
is
wanted
$5.99.
to. He was told he had to.
Drugs
It
worse than
seems
a
like a
knife.
lot of it comes down to whether we treat county line runners as victims of trafficking or criminals. Today, even if a child is found to be a victim of trafficking
phone is
under the
$5.99.
Modern Day Slavery Act,
On
they're
computer,
often
it's
still charged with
$4.99.
various other offences. Some politicians and even police are waking up to this, pushing for a change in the law to offer these child victims help rather than punishment.
So the Children's Society is working with an MP at the moment on one specific ask, which is that child criminal exploitation is defined
Bro, I
in
need a
law.
chair, bro.
At the moment, it's
I
not
can't be
defined in
comfortable
law,
right
so
now,
people have
bro.
different
Like, I can't,
interpretations. And unfortunately, we do see young people being treated as criminals too often in the criminal justice system.
Kent is one of the main endpoints for county lines coming out of London. Police there have seen so many young people running drugs, so they've had to change their approach.
What's the drug problem like up here in Kent?
We've now got 46 county
It's not
lines
bad,
in
Godfrey.
Kent, but and that's a big number. One's too many, but we did have 82 last year. When we do our operations, we've often got social services with us, so that when we find vulnerable, and we have found many vulnerable 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, we help them to come out of the life of crime that they've been forced into.
Why are the police seeing children as criminals more than victims?
Well, so I don't agree with that.
Okay.
So certainly in Kent, we don't see that at all.
Bro, in the UK, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, the UK, they mature faster than us. The reason why I say that, bro, niggas graduate high school in the UK at what you call it? What? If I'm not bugging, like 16, 17, and they start college at that time. They usually finish college by the time they're 20, bro. Or university or uni, whatever they call it, bro. And then the legal drinking age is like, I think 17. Some which like that. I don't know if like when next time this nigga Mullah over here, we could ask him and shit. That ain't too bad, yeah, but they mature fast as fuck. So like by 20, they already finished with college. They should be finished with college, and they should be like, you know what I'm saying, starting their life and shit. Sounds cool though.
Look at each case on its merits.
When they're arrested and the young people are either found with a weapon, why is it that the weapon charge isn't dropped?
So if we're safeguarding that individual, and that
good to look.
individual shows us and the CPS that he or she was coerced into this, there may be reasons, therefore, to drop the charge. If that's not the case, whether it be a 14-year-old or a 16-year-old, sometimes they are happily carrying that weapon And that is dangerous. People die. My job
Imagine
is
if
to save lives.
Opey's secret identity is a Bronx trap gang lord, but he just get on stream like a innocent.
Being mad federal.
In that moment, they've been deemed as a victim.
No, she asks like, yo, why aren't the knife charges being dropped if they drop in drug charges? Yo, Zay being mad federal, bro. TP gango.
To some degree, because the charges of drugs have been dropped.
Yeah.
But that charge, so they're not looked upon entirely as the victim. There's still some sort
Just
of
know I
aspect
missed the
of
bliss of the front or the bliss of the back.
seen as the perpetrator.
Why would I cap in my raps?
If we know generally that these kids are being groomed, trafficked, exploited across the country, both charges should be dropped against them.
Well, if that's the circumstances, I agree with you.
Do you think it would help if criminal exploitation was better defined in law?
Yes, I absolutely do. It's anything that narrows down and stops exploitation of vulnerable people. I don't really care what you call it. Let's stop it.
I was surprised by Alan Pewsley's views on this. It seems like a step in the right direction, but research has shown that for a lot of law enforcement, this isn't the case. That's why for most county line victims, charities are their best chance of leaving the game without a criminal record.
Charities?
Through his charity Refocus, Lennox Rogers is helping kids escape county lines. I joined him at an educational outreach program.
So I'll give you £100 cash. All you've got to do is to look after my bag. If after I've shown you what's in the bag, you decide that you still would hold the bag for 5 minutes, I'll give you the £100, yeah? First of all, there's a knife. The law says you could get 6 months in prison.
So the UK is really like a real life top boy, bro. Zay got his degree in biology. He like the type of featherweight letting you off for speeding. Oh, the shit. I ain't gonna lie. This is them white tea motherfuckers. White tea motherfuckers. Yo, the UK is really like just an episode of Top Boy, dead ass.
Cocaine.
They be saying it's nothing like Top Boy.
With this in your possession, you could get up to 7 years in prison and an unlimited fine. Having seen what's in the bag, who wants the money?
Me.
I could offer you £10,000 each.
10,000?
And I won't have to give you a penny. Because I would have got my boys to rob you. And I would have said, wow, that's £3,000. So now you're going to have to work the debt. Are your parents with you 24/7? So who keeps you safe?
Hell yeah.
That's right.
You delivered an amazing workshop today.
The amount of young people I've come across who still keep their hands up, wanting to earn the money, is shocking. I have to take the conversation to another level, having had some very bad lived experiences of being groomed myself and being sexually abused and raped. I think it frightens them, and they...
Backtrack.
To take the conversation to another level, having had some very bad lived experiences of being groomed myself and being sexually abused and raped.
Okay.
I think it frightens them, and they don't want to do it then.
So how would people have described you back then in the past?
I was evil, and I think some people would probably have described me as evil.
So fast forward to now, how do they describe Lennox now?
I hear a lot of nice things said about me, and I sometimes wonder to myself, are you talking about me?
Children,
if I can make it, this is what I tell the young people too, that they can make it too.
What's been the outcome of you connecting with this project?
The impact is massive. Do a lot of one-to-one mentoring and coaching. We have qualified staff. We do counselling as well. But we share our lived experiences. They kind of respect that fact and they listen to us. We're getting young people who we've helped refer other young people who need help. I wish I could go to the young boy that I was and show him a different path.
I was selling drugs around the country, before it even got a name of county lines. Back then it was either out of town OT or Cunch. Now it's got its whole name. It's more of a, it's a business model now.
I saw the pack before.
When I was going Cunch or OT,
you can call me
it was just because I wanted to have a little bit extra change in my pocket over the weekend.
WVid on God.
I wasn't under the guidance of anybody else to be a runner and sell their drugs. It's kind of changed dramatically from when drug selling was just drug selling to now it's grooming, it's forcing young people to sell drugs. You've got families that are being threatened. You've got families that are being kidnapped. They're being extorted. And the difference back when was I had the line. I'd hold the line. Now we're seeing young people be operated and shafted about by someone who has the control of the line. It's scary. It's real. And a lot of young people that are involved currently, they're not able to see the end run for themselves, innit? And I can see that there's a lot of people trying to help, but the issue's bigger than you and I.
After everything I've seen, I'm disappointed that we're still not protecting our young people from criminal gangs, and someone under the age of 18 can be charged for selling drugs when they've been groomed by the increasingly organised and violent network of county lines.
Ever since then, I retired.
Even if authorities want to change, we can't just rely on the police to make the distinction. We need to define child criminal exploitation in law. Then all parts of society, including the police, the schools, and the social care system, can help the growing number of victims rather than feeding them into a justice system that makes them criminals, like I was. Until then, this problem isn't going away.
When you come to UK, hell
it's
yeah.
growing.
Met Police national approach is to go after those controlling the lines. Between November 2019 and August 2021, they've arrested 1,281 line holders, closed down 568 lines, and charged 20 defendants with 40 modern-day slavery offenses. What is a line? What is a line? What is a line? Like, yeah, what is a line? Yo, good night. Good night, weed. What is a line? Trying to fuck a bunda. A big bunda in that. Safety, weed. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, bro, like, oh shit. The operations, but like, compared to like over here though, like, compared to like New York shit, bro, how would I understand, bro? Cause you saying operations, but like, how I see it, like, niggas just bust they plays, bro, feel me? Like, I don't know how crack work over here. I just know how like weed work and shit. If I'm being real. Crack though, that's something. Crack and those other drugs, that's a different like field I'm unfamiliar with, bro. W video. I'm gonna subscribe to these niggas. They actually put out a lot of good videos, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They put out a lot of good videos. I'm gonna yo, yeah, times like this when I don't really feel like doing much, we could definitely be watching all these videos, bro. What's the most popular? Making the world's first male sex doll. What?